What is happening? What is happening, everybody? It is so good to be with you. Thank you so much for joining us for our brand new, oh my gosh, our moving day party. It's finally here. It is April 7th. We have been leading up to this moment, the brand new 52 Qs. And for the next hour, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking all about the brand new 52 Qs. We're going to be talking about what's next. We've got some special guests. Some are floating around. There he is, the bearded Canuck himself, Marlon Gibbons, hanging out, and he is here to talk about something very, very special coming up. And so happy to have him. Also, we've got Shannon hanging out. My personal assistant, Kurt, is going to be joining us as well. All the music you've been listening to as we've been rolling ahead of time, these are all cues that were put together during our music production live streams. And you can see I have a whole SoundCloud playlist. These are all cues, 41 cues that we've all demonstrated live in the live stream. But it is so good to be with you. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for your support of 52 Qs and the 52 Qs community. We are going to have a fantastic time this afternoon. So like I said, I need to get this music. Let's calm that down a little bit. That's some more Donnie Wayne Smith. Donnie is an absolute monster. And if you are watching this from the future on the YouTube archive, hello. I'm so glad that you have joined us. I'm so glad that you found us however you found us. So like I said, we're going to be talking about 52 Qs. We're going to be talking about some brand new programs coming up. We're going to be talking about the merch store. We're going to be talking about like what the mastermind kind of really is, and what the critique and what being a family member versus being a friend. And like I said, some really cool announcements, and we've also got some giveaways. But first, I want to introduce my absolute better half. You may call her Mrs. What Is Up. You may call her Mrs. Croft, Professor Croft. I want to welcome Shannon to the group. Shannon, I hope you're doing well today. And yeah, let's go ahead and I'll make sure that you can unmute yourself. All right, there we go.
There we go. I was muted until just this second, panicking, thinking, okay, Dave, I want to talk.
And I want you to talk.
It's really great to be here with you guys. It's been such a joy for Dave and I. We've always worked together in our jobs and our gigs and all this stuff. But this is the first time we've joined our forces to make something that is for you guys. And I hope that you're going to enjoy today and everything that we've got going on. We've got some cool programs and some, as Dave said, some giveaways going on. So it's really great to be here with you. And I'll turn it back over to Dave.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. So really excited. And when Kurt gets here, I'll introduce him as well. He's on the West Coast, and he's actually going to be zooming in from his during his lunch break, because just like most of us, he has a day job. And so I bless and affirm that. Before we get started, we do have a ton already going on this week at 52 Qs. We had our interactive feedback and critiques this past Tuesday. Listened to several Qs from the family members. Really enjoyed that. Last night, we had our very first mastermind meeting that went so really well. I'm really excited. And I sent Shannon a GIF as soon as we were done. You know that scene in Tommy Boy when Chris Farley's on the boat and he's like, "That was awesome." I sent her that GIF because I was so electrified after our meeting time. We're in the moving day party right now. We've got our music production live stream for the friends and family members and the Patreon members right after this, starting at 6. And then I have morning office hours on Monday, and then our first workshop of the month, which is going to be the mixing and mastering your cues workshop. So that is everything that is happening here at 52 Qs. It's so good to have you with us. And the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about 52 cues, and kind of just in case you're watching this and you didn't watch the podcast episode, or maybe you weren't in the beta or anything like that, I just want to kind of roughly go over the different aspects of 52 cues and give you a look at the at what we're doing over at 52 cues. So let's first just briefly look over here, and we're going to be talking about this here in a minute, which is this brand new store. I can't, so I don't want to spill the beans. That is Shannon's puppy.
Beans are spilled, Dave.
Beans everywhere.
Beans everywhere.
Beans everywhere. But coaching, being able to book a lesson, order a critique and feedback video, and I got a really touching tribute from a student who lives in Germany, and his name is Phillip. And I've been doing, probably 10, 15, 20 of these, and he sent me this really touching video.
Hi, Dave. This is Phillip speaking from Berlin. How are you? I hope everything is good with you. I hope you're having a great day. I'm recording this message for you to finally give you some feedback on your feedback. And you've sent me about 10, 15 videos now, and it's been fantastic. I have to say it really exceeded my expectations in terms of how much I could get out of it and how much I could learn. So yes, thank you very much. It's been fantastic. And I feel that way because, first of all, I really enjoy your style, how you carry yourself in the videos. You're laid back but energetic. You don't sugarcoat, but you always stay positive. And so I love that you cover so many aspects, like all the aspects: composition, harmony, choice of instruments, structure, transitions, the mix, the master. So it's fantastic that you really talk about all of these things, and that you give actionable advice, what can be done. And so I've learned so much in terms of all these aspects, and that was exactly what I needed, because I knew that every once in a while I would get something right on a cue, or maybe two things right, but something was always missing. And now, thanks to your help, I feel that I've really progressed in all of these areas a lot in a short period of time. So that's absolutely, you're doing a wonderful job on this one. It's been so helpful. And I think the most important aspect, besides all the techniques that I'm learning, is how to trust my ear, or to trust my ears more, because there were so many instances when actually in every video there's an instance where you point something out, and I'm like, oh man, I knew it. I had this in the back of my head and I wanted to address it, or maybe it was even something that I did address but didn't address enough. I thought, I know there could be a problem. So trusting my ears and learning actually how to listen and what to listen for in general, and specifically in production music. So to cut the long story short, thank you so much for your feedback videos, for your expertise, for taking this seriously, for sharing your knowledge, giving actionable advice. It's been really great, really fantastic. You're doing a wonderful job as an educator, and I hope you get some joy out of this as well, and that you continue. And that's it for now. Again, thanks so much, and I'll send you another cue, or another iteration of the latest cue in a couple of days.
Yep. And he did that, Dave, just today.
Be well.
Just
thanks
before.
so much. Ciao.
All right. I got to tell you, When I saw his email come through and it said feedback for the feedback, I was like, oh, here we go. He's going to throw down. But just really genuine. And I love that he says, trust your ear, right? Because you have this in you. And I believe that all of the members of the 52Qs family, whether they're early in their career or maybe, I know we have some members who are, retired band directors who have been playing music all their life. I know we have career music directors and we have folks who are still in school. And so, Phillip, thank you so much for sending that along. I just wanted to share it with you because it was such a moving picture about how we can come together, and together we are better. In our About section here, continuing back at 52Qs, learning how to connect to the community. I really do encourage you, if you haven't already, go ahead and join our mailing list. Shannon takes the lead on that, and we promise not to spam you 1,000 times, right, Shannon? I mean, I hate getting a bunch of spam emails, so we promise not to spam you. And talks about the different programs, the community, the Friends program, the Family program, and the Mastermind program here at 52Qs. The Friends being where you can join up. And let me pull it up here for you to see. The Friends, where it's $14, $149 for the year, and this is where you get the workshops. The workshop that I know can't wait to talk about. I'm Marlon, I'm teasing you to the end, so I hope you had a big old cup of coffee because we're going to hold off until the end to get to you. But workshops as well as the music production live streams. And so those are coming, that's coming up. That's that $14 tier. The family members get, and that's the $39, the $3.99. They get access to the workshop and the music production live streams, but they also get access to the weekly interactive feedback and critique sessions. And I have a little bit of another video of that a little bit later to show you that aspect. And they get access to Zoom office hours. I open up Zoom once a week, and if you have questions, it's just an open door. You come in and you can participate in office hours. And then the Mastermind group, which started officially yesterday, and I think we're keeping registration open until the end of the weekend. Once we get into the second week, and then the cohort is set, and it is a weekly. It's a 12-week commitment, and our next cohort will start in July, the first week of July. But this cohort, like I said, we had our first meeting. It's not too late to jump in, but that is the private group who is really serious about it. Shannon, you had a really good way of explaining these different tiers and kind of what each tier is for. Can you kind of unpack that a little bit more?
Yeah, absolutely. Going back to Philip's video for just a second, he said to Dave, I hope you find joy in what you're doing. And I just wanted to underscore that. The reason Dave and I have come together to do this is because it does give us joy. We spent a lot of time in the 2006 to 2012-ish time range teaching in Europe for extended periods of time, living there during the summers, and of course, all over the U.S. and everything. So we have a real heart for people. We just like people, and we love sharing knowledge. We're both teachers. We're both university professors. And so there is a lot of joy just baked into this for us. So yay, thank you. Now, going back to the tiers, part of the joy for us is to provide the appropriate mentoring or the appropriate whatever we're doing here for people at all different levels. Because as Dave mentioned, we have students and we have very advanced musicians all in this community. And one thing we wanted to do is to always have a free tier so that you can come and be a part of this and get written feedback on your cues, even if you're just starting out. Even if you feel like the feedback is going to be, yay, you plugged yourself in, good job. So we have that sort of level that's for everybody, anybody who's interested. And then the reason we have the different tiers is obviously so that we can resource you. But there's this idea of somebody put it this way: what you pay for, you pay attention to. And so there's a little bit of investing in yourself. So, as you become more serious, if you're one of the starting out kind of folks, as you become more serious, you're going to want the deeper training, the deeper input from both Dave and from all the members of the community. Guys, I have been completely blown away by how cool and how smart and how talented everybody is that I've gotten to know so far. So I can't wait to keep getting to know you guys. Know that the tiers are just ways to facilitate everybody on the spectrum, wherever you are in this journey. We want to help you move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're on the front end of your career, maybe you're just curious about production music, then I think just the community, just the free community members, I think that's right for you. Right. But if you're ready to start learning a little bit more and start really getting into interactive feedback, and that's why we say it's the interactive production music community, interactive from written feedback from each other. It's a network of communication, but live, interactive Zoom sessions, interactive workshops, critiques, accountability meetings. That's where these different tiers get in. So I think if you're ready to kind of push your education a little bit forward, then I think Friends are for you. Shannon, yes.
Yeah, and I think that Dave is talking about the interactivity and the live feedback and that type of thing. And I think that's something super important in this day of YouTube and Zoom and all of these things. It can be really easy to sort of get in the rut of, well, I'm going to watch a YouTube video on this. I'm going to watch a YouTube video on this. And they're great. Trust me, every time I have a problem, I'm on YouTube like, oh, how do I fix this? For sure. But there is something to receiving back. So having a conversation about something rather than sort of listening to a talking head talk about whatever the topic is. So we are really, really invested in doing whatever we can to make sure that everybody gets some live interaction, that it's not just this one-way street, that there's conversations involved. And we even built that into our logo, this idea of recurring cues, 52 cues, but also this idea of conversation. We're not over here telling everybody how to do their thing. We're conversing with you and finding out what your passions are and what you're great at. And let's support you in that.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I want to just continue looking at the new 52 Qs over at the Mighty Network. And I'm sure if you are watching this right now, if you're here, then you're already a member, and so glad to have you. This is one of the features I really like, how it says I'm live right now. That's really, really exciting. When you RSVP to an event, you'll get a reminder. It'll show up as live. It's super, super helpful. And the member directory, finding members from all over, and our newest members, I could sort by the, see, Yuka. Oh, is that, Michael, is that your Yuka? Yay.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Michael
Reschke.
Hi, Michael.
Right. Hi, Michael. It's good to see you, buddy.
Yes, the kids got to bed okay.
Yeah. So, lots of new folks since, wow, these are new folks that I've seen since today. So that's really, really good. And we'll talk about the ambassador program here in just a moment. But the topics feed, I really encourage you, this is your space. Please go in and have conversations. It's not just me or Shannon posting articles. If you just have a question about gear, or if you just have anything, please treat it like a Discord server. Treat these topics just like Discord topics. And I just added a new one. So Shannon, I don't think I told you, Shannon does all of the artwork. And Shannon, I need a new little graphic because I added software samples and plugins. Sorry, I was on my
Coming
phone.
right up.
I was like, oh man, we really need a topic to talk about, like sample lifers. So sorry, Shannon. Can you go ahead and add that to your Basecamp to-do list? Yeah, thanks.
Got
Just
it.
go ahead and take care of that for me. And then obviously our events, the moving day party happening right now. We've got the drone tension queue today. I am going to be riding a drone tension queue using just stock Omnisphere. This was a suggestion that was given during or as feedback in one of the chats. And they said, it's all great that you like Unfinished, which I do. I'm such a fanboy of Matt Badler. But I'm going to challenge myself to do a drone tension queue using just stock Omnisphere sounds. And then our workshops. This is also something I am so excited about, which is being able to list your specialties. Now, this is a feature of Mighty Networks. And unfortunately, so far, this list of specialties will only get populated if you choose one of the pre-selected dropdowns. You can write your own specialty, but in order to get into this kind of master list of specialties, you need to choose one. Now, I've got a note into the Mighty Networks developers that I want you to be able to choose multiples, right? Because we're all composers and producers on some level. And then to be able to add, if you add your own custom, that it goes into this list. So I'm working on that, see if we can get some movement. But in the meantime, this is already fuller than the last time I looked at it. So if you need a keyboard player or a piano player, go into here. Here are all the pianists that you can connect directly, or you can make a post to members of the piano. Hey, I'm in London or I'm in Florida. Any pianists in Florida want to come into the studio and collaborate. I'm so excited about that specialties. And this is one of the aspects that I know you talked about in your in the Facebook poll, talking about that. And then groups and being able to see the friends group having their own feed there, as well as, and here's the drone tension queue and the family group, which gets into the workshops and gets into the interactive feedback. This is the feedback from last night. We were talking guitar pedals and good tone because Jesse, I think it was your cue. We were talking about different guitar pedals in different ways. And so a whole conversation, came up out of that. Okay, what kind of guitar pedals and different tones and everything. And then finally the mastermind group. And this is really excited about the mastermind group. We had our first session last night, and you can see they're already starting to share reference videos and sharing with each other. So here is someone, Andrew, who is not necessarily writing cues in the style that somebody else is writing, and then offering references that they found. And so it's already started to be this collaborative thing, and it's, wow, working as intended. So I am so excited about what's going on over there, and really, really, really excited. And so you may be excited too, which leads me to 52 Q's ambassadors. Shannon, now this is something that I know that you're taking the lead on. I know that you're actually pretty passionate about it. Let's talk about the 52 Q's ambassadors program and go from there.
You got it. Let me share my screen right quick. There we go. I cannot compute and talk at the same time. It's my one weakness.
I can confirm that.
So, as you're on Mighty Networks, I just sent out a little announcement that says, become an ambassador for 52 Qs. So if you're curious about what I'm about to say, that's where you can find more information about it.
Hey, Shannon, can we, I'm sorry, can we have you, can you zoom in your screen, like just, command plus, plus, plus? It's a little small. I know you have this, that's perfect. You have this big giant iMac and teeny tiny text. I'm old.
Yeah. So, what this is it's a referral program, just like any other that's common these days around the internet. But I believe a couple of things. I believe, like Dave says, we're better together. There's plenty of room at the table. And I believe there's going to be some point where you go, oh, gosh, I wish my friend Billy Bob could hear this, or somebody needs this. So we're going to invite you to invite people to come on board, and we want to reward you for that. If you refer 2 people who sign up, we're going to give you a feedback video. If you 10, now 10's a lot of people, but you can get there. You'll get a free lesson for that. And gold, we're going to put you in the mastermind for a whole quarter. Because of course, 25 members, that's a lot of work, and we recognize that. So it's very easy. You can simply copy the link and communicate with them, text it over. You can invite them by email. And it's just that easy. As soon as they sign up, you get credit for that person. And we love to give away interactive stuff like videos and lessons. And here I am, booking Dave's time for him. Yeah, let's just all have free lessons.
Now, Shannon, do they have to get 2 or 5 people to like be a family member or a friend, or is that just to join the network?
It's just to join the network, asterisk, I think. It's a brand new program, so we can learn together. But my understanding is if they sign up for the free, you get that referral.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Shannon.
You're quite welcome.
You know what? I think it's time. I think it's time for some trivia, and I want to give away some stuff. Can we give away some stuff?
See, I told you we like giving away stuff.
We do like giving away stuff. All right. So how we're going to do it is if you know the answer, I want you to raise your hand there in the reactions. And I think Shannon's going to be like eyeballing this to make sure of whoever is first. All right. So the first question is, stand by. Who founded the sample company Spitfire Audio? Oh, Greg.
Christian Henson.
Greg.
Oh, wait. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. All right. I think Greg was first to the draw. Greg
was first.
Who founded
Christian Hansen and Paul Thompson.
Christian Hansen? Henson. That's right. Right. It was founded by Christian Henson and Paul Thompson in 2007. Absolutely. And so, Shannon, what does Greg get? Drum roll.
Greg is getting a discount in the brand new merch store.
Yes. So check your DMs. She's gonna send that to you.
I'll DM this over to you when we're done.
All right. Okay. Hands down, everybody. Go ahead. Yeah. And so raise your hand there in Zoom. Okay. Shannon's got your eagle eye out, right? You ready? Do I need some background music for this, or just? No, I don't know. Okay. So here's my next question. Hans Zimmer just won an Academy Award for Dune, and how many other Oscars does he have? Timothy to the draw. And this is important because I just did an interview with Matt Bowdler of The Unfinished, and he worked on synth patches for Hans's team on this soundtrack. And we actually talk about that with him. So Tim, what other or how many other Oscars does he have?
Hey everybody, sorry that my video isn't working.
Oh, no worries, my friend.
It's okay.
I think it was just one other Oscar that he won.
Bonus question. What did he win for?
Ooh.
I read an article about it.
You'll still win, but this is just a bonus bragging rights. Does anybody know for bragging
Greg's
rights?
Raising his hand and
Greg, you already got something. Anybody else know? What's the one other Oscar that Hans won for? Anybody know? Other than Greg? Kurt.
You stumped us. Kurt.
The Lion King.
Okay. In what year?
Oh, Dave.
I'm making it worse.
Come on.
Yes.
You're hurting us.
94.
Hans Zimmer has one other Oscar for The Lion King. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome Kurt to the party. Kurt is, I guess, you're on your lunch break. Kurt, thank you so much for joining us, buddy. How are you, my friend?
I am doing well. I'm hanging in there.
Kurt was the guy who swooped in and saved my bacon when I got so behind in some of my metadata and cue sheets, and it prompted a video about it at the beginning of last year. And Kurt, highly recommended by a fellow composer and library production music composer, Tom Geyer. And Kurt has swiftly become very, very important in my life, not just not just as an assistant, but also just as a good guy, a good friend, a good dude. No, a good dad. And so, Kurt, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for just being all around great. And I'm so glad to have you.
Don't flatter me, Dave. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, and he's also a podcast host in his own right, also a songwriter and a singer in his own right. And rumor has it, I'm going to be joining you on your podcast.
We're gonna get an episode on production music, and you're one of the people we're looking at that we're gonna have on.
Excellent.
More info coming.
Excellent. Well, I know many other folks. One of them is hanging out with us right now, and I know he's. Yeah, what's that podcast?
My podcast, it's called Just One Song, and it originally started as a songwriting podcast, and now we're talking more about industry topics, and we review songs that local songwriters submit to us. So really just kind of fun, grassroots, wholesome thing we like to do.
Yep. Just One Song. I'm pulling it up here on Spotify. Yep. So,
we're on Spotify, Apple Music. There it is.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So Kurt, thank you so much. If you need to bounce out, it's totally good, but I really appreciate you being here today, my friend.
Thanks for having me here, Dave.
All right. Okay. So now I want to change gears a little bit, and Shannon.
Yes.
I know that this has been something that's been on your plate, mostly as the network's resident web monkey, but the 52 Qs store is here, and I'm going to need you to tell us all about it.
All right. Well, we've got a very cool thing going on. Computing. One moment, please. Okay, let me make this a little bit bigger. We have a handful of merch in the store right now, and we want to put more in, and we will be putting more in. So if you click store at the top, it's brand new. We just opened it today. You're going to get a wide variety of 52Q stuff, T-shirts. You can go out, you can represent. And Dave didn't know I was doing this, but I hope you guys like this.
I don't know what to think of this.
Dave gets me shirt because not everybody always understands what it's like to be a production music composer. But Dave does. Dave gets you. Dave gets me.
I've achieved a certain level of I don't know when a likeness of me is on clothing. That's something I never thought I would achieve. And mugs.
Welcome to whatever this is.
I guess Super Bowl placement is pales in comparison to having a 2D rendering of your face on
a cartoon of your face on a shirt.
Right. Yeah.
We also have some mugs, some stickers. We have a laptop. What's that thing called? Sleeve. And we're going to be adding tons of stuff. And I just encourage you to go in there. This helps us keep going, so that's a way to get your cool merch and buy Dave a cup of coffee, which we all want to do. Yes.
Yeah, I noticed you pulled the last actual hot coffee right before we came up here. I actually went to the coffee pot and I went to go pour, and it was empty, so I had to make an iced.
I'm so sorry, but it was all the dregs. Just that I like dreg coffee. Anybody with me? Like
that's where the vitamins are.
I like that kind of vaguely burned bottom of coffee. I don't know.
That's really gross.
Anyway, all of that to say, if you ever have a request for something you'd like to see in the merch store, shoot me a text or say so in chat and on Mighty Networks, and I will be happy to work it up for you. Yeah,
and we're also going to be working on different designs, different logo iterations. Mm-hmm. This logo, this is Shannon's work right here. Can I? Okay, I'm just gonna shamelessly plug my wife's business. It's Shannon K Creative. She does web development, all of that stuff, and she did this logo.
Yes, I currently do graphic design and web stuff. I've done all the stuff for Mighty Networks, so you've got a taste of what I can do.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Shannon. I don't think I ever actually introduced myself.
Oh,
I'm Shannon. I'm Mrs. Dave, and I'm actually a musician by training and by career for a number of years now. And during COVID, that kind of, I don't even know how to explain it. Who else has had just some weird COVID? Like, my life changed. I wasn't expecting it, and there it went. So I'm sure many of you can sympathize and empathize. So anyway, one thing that I specialize in is talking to creatives and bringing a brand personality out of you. You know, not saying, "Oh, I think this would be cool for you," but I love to talk to creatives and see what's there, and then we make something together. Anyway. Bye. I mean, I'm here, but bye.
All right. So we've got another trivia, and I insist on music for this. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Trivia Time with Dave. And here is the trivia. Dave hosted a podcast which ran for 11 years and 273 episodes. Raise your hand if you know what that podcast is. People are feverishly Googling Dave's name. All right, Michael.
Oh, Michael.
Is it the new one, Sync My Music?
No, it was not.
Oh.
Jakey said 273 cues? No. That's funny. That's really funny. I need to write 273 cues a week. Oh, Shane, you are so close. Shane says drummer speaks. Not quite. Not quite. And whoever gets this, and whoever gets this gets a free critique. Michael.
Drummer Talks.
Drummer
Yes.
Talk.
Drum Talks.
Drummer Talk was a podcast which ran for 11 years, 273 episodes. It's called Drummer Talk. Okay, I've got so much going on. I need to go ahead and I've lost all of my DJ chops. By the way, that cue is called Bossa the Bargain Shopper, and includes me singing, and that was another cue during the music production live streams. Drummer Talk is actually still around. My last show was in October of 2016 or 2017. 2016. And there are 273 episodes. So if you're a drummer and a percussionist, you can still go to drummertalk.org and subscribe to that podcast and go all the way back to 2005 and listen to my crazy ramblings of life as a drum instructor, where now I'm doing a podcast about life as a composition instructor. Shannon, I'm sensing a thread. I'm sensing a thread there. So as I mentioned, as I mentioned, thank you very much. So Michael, Shannon's going to hook you up with that code, and so I'm guessing she's already taken care of that. So like I said, in the family plan, one of the things that we do is live interactive critique and feedback. Now, obviously, you can order your own critique videos, and that's well and good. But there's something that happens when a group of composers, a group of like-minded individuals get together and start kind of feeding on one another's energy. And I wanted to show a video about what those what the live interactive critiques and feedback looks like. There is like a full episode that you can check out, but I wanted to go ahead and play this for you. You'll notice I had the meters and everything pulled up, and it feels pretty loud. We even had some momentary luffs get into the 8s, and that feels a little loud. The overall integrated loudness settled in around -12, which I think is okay, but it felt a little on the high end. Now, again, depending on whatever the library is asking for, the library might be wanting. I have one library is like -10 luffs, and it's like my headphones kind of pulling off my ears. But yeah, so we're in good shape. So lots of really, really cool details going on in here. Looking at the EQ, let me fast forward a little bit. felt like it could have used a little bit of juice right in this area in here, in 40 or 50 hertz or so. It could have used just a little bit. And I think it's because it is hip hop, I think you can get away with that. Just a little bit more juice. Now, my next question for you is, if you were and when you would deliver this, how would you strip back the layers? You know, what do you have all of these, like be able to pull out all the vocal layers and still have something that really works together? And also still be able to continue to add layers as we go. We need another gear of energy. Guys, this is like an impressionistic painting. It's like every time you look at it, you find a new little detail to see, and I feel the same way. I would probably give it a much more definitive ending here. It almost sounds like it's fading out, and I think what you're doing is you're just peeling back layers. But the end result is it feels like it's fading, and we definitely don't want that. We don't want it to sound like it's fading out. So I think you can get away with 2 hits, and I would give it a nice solid ending as opposed to kind of stepping off the gas a little bit. Yeah. I think you can get away with this ending on the tonic here. Boom, 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 boom. But let's ramp up the energy. Let's push the energy until we get to that downbeat. Otherwise, it just kind of undermines the overall energy of the cue. But I really enjoyed this, and I really appreciate you sending that my way. And that's what the live critique sessions are all about, is everybody coming together and offering, yes, I'm doing the complete breakdown. I'm loading up your cues into Logic and looking at the EQs and titles and all of that, but also getting input from fellow community members. And that's part of what the family plan brings to the table. And I do hope you consider that. I hope that you consider that. Likewise, I hope you consider the Mastermind. I've already talked about that, but the Mastermind program, which, like I said, we're keeping registration open on that until the end of the week, and then the next cohort will crank up on first week of July.
So, Dave, with the interactive feedback session that you were just showing us, super interesting. And so the people are in the Zoom room with you and can ask you questions about what you've just said and converse about it, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Whereas the feedback video is just, you give me the video, I give you or you give me your cue, I give you a 15-minute video, and walk away. The interactive feedback sessions are much more interactive. They're all live in the Zoom room, and even if you can't attend live, you can still, look at the archive, and it's completely interactive. Ask questions. It really. And some of the folks in here I know are members, and they've done this, and if they want to chime in, but it kind of feels like a little 10-minute lesson, right? It's very much like, yeah, it's interactive, and that's the through line through the 52 Communities Network network.
That's cool.
Yep, 52 Qs Community Network. Great question. Thank you so much. It's time for one last trivia question. One last trivia question, and this is for another free critique. Dave and Shannon went to college with what well-known game music composer? Went to college at Appalachian State University with what very well-known game music composer?
We have a hand up from Greg.
We have a hand up from Greg. Yes, Greg.
I get to do 2?
You get to do, well, nobody else has raised their hand, so maybe they
I
don't.
waited. So Jason Graves, right?
That's absolutely right. We went to college with Jason Graves, and if you're not familiar with Jason Graves, he did Dead Space series, Tomb Raider, The Order 1886, Until Dawn, Far Cry Primal, to name a few. Super, super, super nice guy. And
let me just tell you some backstory, if that's okay, Dave.
Yeah.
Dave's going to be all professional about it, but I'll tell you, Jason and his wife Ellen were some of our closest friends in college, and we can't talk about Jason without this huge smile on my face, because he's so lovely and wonderful, and he really is dear to my heart, fantastic person. And so I don't know. I just thought I'd give you some of the inside scoop since you came to the party.
Yeah, I clearly remember sitting in his room, in his living room, and listening to the Medal of Honor soundtrack for the first time by Michael Giacchino. And we were both gobsmacked because we were both composition students at Appalachian State. And before that, then, game music was all, ROMs and carts and, 8-bit or 16-bit. But here was this PlayStation game that had orchestral music. And for the first time, we both were just blown away by this orchestral sound in music. I went into drumline and drums territory, and he went and got his master's certificate at USC. And so, which is probably why I'm still in education, because the teaching bug just wouldn't let go. But yeah, really, really big fan of Jason's. And I'm excited to announce that Jason is going to be one of our workshop hosts coming up here in the next few months. Workshops, they're part of the Friends plan. The $14 a month or the $149 a year gets you access to these monthly workshops. Our first workshop is next week. We're doing a mixing and mastering workshop where I'm going to be completely breaking down my mixing and mastering process even deeper. And then I'm going to be doing mastering of your cues. And so you can do with those cues whatever you want. If you want to send me a cue, I'll run my mastering pass. And I don't know. Why don't you pay $14 to come to the workshop and then get a $14 master? I don't know if that's the way you want to play it. But so I'm doing workshops. Shannon is doing workshops. Marlon, I'm coming right back to you, buddy. Also, Steve Cox, who is the music manager for Discovery Channel. He manages, and he's a high decision maker up in music supervision for Discovery Channel. And he's going to be doing an interview for the podcast as well as a workshop. What are these libraries looking for? What do networks look for? And so we're just getting started. But I'm really excited, and I want to officially welcome to the party. I want to welcome Marlon Gibbons. We have become fast friends, and not just over coffee and not just over beard care. But Marlon, as I mentioned in my recent podcast episode, is the real deal, guys. He is the genuine article. He's nice. He is positive. He recognizes that you don't have to be super cutthroat to make it in this industry. And I want to welcome Marlon to the launch party, because Marlon is going to talk about his workshop coming up next month. Marlon, what is happening, my man?
How's everybody doing? First of all, can everyone hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Not too hot. Really nice to meet you all. This is really cool. And Dave and Shannon, congratulations. This is absolutely incredible. You've obviously done a lot of work to put this all together, and it shows. I mean, it's incredible.
Thank you.
Just great people. So I think you'll have nothing but success. And I'm cheering for you all the way here. We still have snow. I'm not sure where everybody is around the globe, but from little chilly Canada.
We almost went swimming in our pool last night.
They're rubbing it. My in-laws are in Florida, so
you get it.
Yeah, I should come visit. Maybe I should come visit. But thank you for having me. I really appreciate it, and I'm really looking forward to this workshop. Just in speaking with Dave about what I'm going to kind of cover, I won't go into too much detail, but basically we decided it would be really cool to kind of give somewhat of a survival kit. At least that's kind of a working title, care package survival kit. And basically just headline a few different things or itemize a few things that I wish I had known starting out. Just things that some of them are kind of common knowledge or just they might sound obvious after you hear them, but you don't necessarily, we don't always think of the obvious right away. And some things that I've just learned, made mistakes from in starting out. But I just want to talk about a few things that I've experienced and share those experiences. I've been in the game a while. I certainly don't consider myself, it's not an ivory tower kind of display. It's just, I'm in the trenches with everyone else. I'm working, but I started in the early 2000s, made a lot of mistakes, met a lot of people, had a few wins, and I just kind of want to share those experiences. And a lot of things I learned, I guess tribal knowledge is the wrong term, but just things from having been on the inside and spoken with music supervisors and editors and directors and met some really cool people that had different ways of looking at things that maybe we don't look at them the same. Perspective is everything, but look at them the same as composers from the outside. Does that all kind of make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So basically, I thought it would just be really cool to kind of we'll have a bunch of topics and we'll kind of pick them apart, pretty general. And something I've heard both Dave and Shannon mention a few times here is the whole idea of things being interactive, and I think that's really cool. And it being a workshop, well, I think it'd be really cool to kind of, everybody's going to have a different story, different experiences, different situation. So if we can kind of make this whole thing interactive in that sense too, because if I kind of am talking about one topic, everybody's going to have a different experience with that topic, right? So I don't want to generalize something and it go over most of the people's heads in that topic. Mm-hmm. So I thought it'd be really cool if we can kind of make it interactive as well. So we can ask questions about something. Some things will be more relevant to some of you than others. And I just want to make it valuable for everybody. So if we can make it interactive, that'll be, I think, more successful.
Yeah. And if you want a preview of Marlon's vibe, check out the video I posted just today. He posted a video this morning, including with his adorable puppy, which kind of looks like your rug come to life. If we're being honest, it does. It does. You look like you have it's like a little baby miniature Wookiee, but that video is very similar to where this is going, and so the workshop is going to be an expansion of that kind of the survival skills and the survival kit for the working production music composer.
Yeah.
So thank you, Marlon. Thank you very much for being here, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. And so to join those, it's that $14 plan, and you get access to those. And even if you're watching this video, months later, the archive is still there. If this is in the future and it's 2023, Marlon's workshop from May 2022 is there, and you get access to all of that. This library only grows as we continue on. So I want to wrap it up because we're about out of time, but I want to wrap it up by talking about what's next. And I know we just got here, but Shannon and I are always cooking on ideas, and we've got an idea for a 52 Cues book club where we all dive into a certain book, whether it's War of Art or whether it's Think and Grow Rich or whether it's the Family First Composer or whatever. Diving into a book and getting together every week and talking about it, talking about our struggles, and just getting together and kind of like a production music composers book club. We've got that in mind. Also, Shannon, I know we're just coming off of Facebook, and everybody knows exactly how I feel about, what did I call it, the Zuckerberg ickiness. But so we're sundowning the Facebook group July 1st, that's going to officially be like, that's when we're out of there. I've already noticed, and Shannon, I don't know if you noticed. Yeah, you did, because you said something in the group. It's already kind of becoming a ghost town over there. Is that right?
Yeah. I didn't spend a lot of time in the Facebook group, but I kept my eye on it. And it seems like since we started the beta and now, of course, our grand opening today, it seems like conversations have begun to sort of go away from Facebook. And as we saw live on the site, when you had it up once, we have all these great conversations going on over here in Mighty Networks. So that's awesome. But I'm aware that you guys probably all found us through Facebook, and we want to be there for the people who have yet to discover us as well. So I am going to make a Facebook page for 52Qs so that when you're scrolling through, you can still keep up with us on that end of things, and so that we can reach people who need to come and be a part of this group. So next time you're on Facebook, if you think about it, look for the 52Qs page. I'm not quite done setting it up. I should be done this evening. Just look for that and like it, follow it, so that your friends and fellow composers can see that we do still have a presence on Facebook. It just looks a little bit different than it has.
Yeah, it's just facebook.com/52Qs. Mm-hmm. That's it. I think it's already there. Is it already live, or do we have to publish it?
Let's find out.
Let's all find out together. While she's doing that, that's what's next over there on Facebook. So yeah, Shannon is giving us the thumbs up. We're live over there, Shannon.
Yep, sure are.
Excellent. And then last thing I want to talk about, and this is something that I'm excited about, but I need to explain. 52Qs is not a course, right? I don't say never, but we're not like offering classes. You sign up and then you get kind of downloaded everything and then you move on. We're not offering course material. There's no curriculum. However, what we are looking to offer soon, TM ... is a 52Qs course of action, which is it'll be a yearly action plan for this is what you can do every single week. This is how you can structure an entire year so that at the end of that year, you have 52Qs. And so it's like, Shannon, we just launched something and now we're already talking about iterating and variants, and that's just...
Dave, we're not real good at just sitting still.
We don't
rest
aren't.
on our laurels very much.
Yeah, Michael said, book club, your days are 48 hours. I can't stop. I can't help myself. But the 52Qs course of action, along with 52Qs yearly journal, all of these things are coming, folks. All of these things are coming, and I'm so excited about where we are. I'm so excited about where we're going, and most importantly, I'm so excited to be going here with you. And so thank you for your support. Thank you for being on the tip of the spear here, being the early adopters, right? Helping us kind of work through our bugs and warts. And you get the privilege of being a very real part of shaping this thing. And so please know that I appreciate every single one of you. I love every single one of you. And I'm so happy to be on this journey with you today. Shannon, anything else? Are we good?
We're good. Just to say, as early adopters, if you have feedback for us, just DM it to us on Mighty Networks anytime. Let us know what's going great. Let us know what can be improved, and let us know your ideas. Sometimes you guys think of stuff that we would never have thought of in a million years, and we want to make this for you. So your input is really important.
Now, Shannon, we wanted to award, I know we did some trivia and we did some giveaways and that kind of thing, but I would love to reward folks who are here right now. Do we have a coupon code for anybody watching this live?
We do, and I will DM it to you right after this, but Moving Day 15 will get you 15% off of anything in the merch store until the end of April. So
I'm feverishly.
Go get that cartoon of Dave. You need that in your life.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what to do with that. That hurts my brain. The coupon code is Moving Day 15. Is that case sensitive, Shannon?
It is not.
Okay. So punch in that code, folks. So for everybody hanging out with us today, thank you so much. That's going to do it. And I hope to see you over at 52Qs. And please, this is your network as much as it is mine. And yeah. Anything else, Shannon? Did I miss anything?
Not a thing in the world.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much, everybody.
So good to see you guys.
This one's called Market Sharks. It's a hip hop tension cue. All right. That's going to do it for us. Until next time, peace.